The rule of 72. What is it and why does it matter? Find out in this video. Unless you're born with access to billions, the chances are how you get your money and where you get your money are two things of significant concern for you. This becomes more of a thing as you get older and you realize that you don't really want to be in the same position you're in right now 10 years down the road. It's at this point you realize that you need a little bit extra income to help you live that Instagram fantasy life that you always wanted. So you take the approach of any other person, which is to either get a part-time job or invest in something to provide you with that supplementary income. If you took the latter approach of learning how to invest in something or create something to provide you with that income, you most likely on your journey of researching must have heard the term compound interest. Now, in this section, I'm going to briefly explain for those who don't know what compound interest is, what it is. If you already know what it is, just skip to the section where I discuss the rule of 72. According to the world's most reliable site, Wikipedia, compound interest is the addition of interest to the principal sum of the loan or deposit. A better way to understand this concept or this idea is to actually look at it from an example perspective. Let's say that you are £100 in your bank account and every year the bank deposits 10% interest on whatever you have in that account. After 1 year, you will have your principal, which is that £100 that you had in your bank account, plus an extra 10% that the bank promised. So at this point, you have your £110 and you decide not to spend it and leave it in your account for another year. In year 2, you won't be getting interest on that initial deposit of £100. Instead, you'll get your 10% deposit on £110. This is why it's known as compounding, because your money literally compounds. Oh, by the way, the reason why I'm multiplying our money by 1.1 because this is the same as having 100% plus 10%. So at this point, if we wanted to know how much our money would compound in 3 years, we simply just change the exponent of the power. So instead of me just writing 1.1 to match the number of years, I can just do this. And similarly, you could do the same to work out however many years you want to apply the interest for. Okay, great. Now you know how compound interest works and a relatively quick way to calculate it too. But what if I was to ask you, how long would it take for you to double your money? Even with a calculator, this would be longer and more complex than just working out 10% of something and adding it to the principal year on year. This is where the rule of 72 comes in. Instead of doing this long ass equation every time you want to work out how long it would take you to double your money at 10%, you simply just get 72 and divide it by your desired interest rate. And this is how long it would take you in years, in this case, to actually double your money. The idea and principle of the rule of 72 applies to whatever percentage it is, whether it's 5%, 7% or even 62%. Just divide 72 by the interest rate and you'll be so close to the actual time that it would take you to double your money, you'll be flabbergasted. Just before I wrap up this video, here is a table that's showing you the exact time in years to double your money that's worked out using a calculator. And in the middle, you have an estimation that's worked out via the rule of 72, pretty close to the actual figure, don't you think? Considering that most people can't solve this in their heads without the need of a calculator, as expected. Hopefully, you found this video pretty useful and you learned a thing or two or something you didn't know before. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace.